extreme honor of welcoming him today, Professor Santosh Rangnekar. Professor Rangnekar is working as a professor at the Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. He has a vast experience of over 30 years in reputed industries and academics. He has written many books and more than 68 papers in international and national journals.
I request the Professor Santosh Rangnekar to please brief us and enlighten the day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is it copied there? My presentation. Okay. Can I refer it here also?
Yes,
on this laptop? लैपटॉप कनेक्ट हो सकता है क्या उससे, उस प्रेजेंटेशन से?
सर आपकी पीपीटी कॉपी कर दी गई, इससे स्लाइड चल जाएगी।
नहीं मतलब वो पीपीटी में यहाँ पे देख सकता हूँ क्या? ठीक। Very good morning to all of you. Great. So, Honorable Professor Kanai, Professor Manish Biyani ji, Professor Sanjay Biyani ji, and special invitation was given to me by Professor Devika Agrawal, the convener of this conference, my old colleague Professor Nita Maheshwari ji, respected guests from the abroad, delegates, faculty members, and dear students. When theme was communicated to me, first I will keep my watch, because when you invite a faculty does not stop before 2 hours. But they are very particular about the 25 minutes, so I will try to take the important message for you in 25 minutes. So it is 9:35, right? So already we are 15 minutes behind the schedule anyways. So I will complete by how much time? 25. At sharp 10 o'clock I will finish. So when I got this particular invitation to speak in this particular conference, I was very much delighted by the topic of this particular conference, that is the positive effect at workplace. Nowadays you must be reading about the happiness index. Lot of research has been done on behavior science, and finally it has been found what is the objective or goal. Now you see, whenever we read about whether the Einstein, Newton or Steve Jobs, and when we read about their dying declaration, that is before the death, I would also like to share one particular case study. One nurse for 18 years was serving to a chronic ward in a hospital, and the patients in that particular ward were knowing that is their life is only for a few days or few months only. They were aware about this. When they were admitted in this particular ward, chronic ward, they were aware. So this nurse was for 18 years with those patients who were knowing that they are going to die very shortly because of the disease. And then she has written a book. She has shared her experiences, and interestingly, the more or less the finding is same which we talk about in the mythology of Indian literature, that is, before departing our soul from this earth, from this body, it is important that we focus on human values. Even Steve Jobs, even Dr. Kalam, even Mother Teresa, or even Mahatma Gandhi, right? This is my presentation for 25 minutes. Now, all have talked about the happiness. The question comes, do you understand this picture? Students, do you understand this picture? And this picture says that is if you want to search the happiness, you are not dependent on the resources or money. You can identify the happiness from your surroundings also. This is a picture from the book Jugaad. And then you find that is, if you cannot afford the Jaguar, this type of the luxury, but don't get disappointed in the life. You can plan a shower. So therefore, it is not the question that is what resources, man, machine, material, money, method or minutes do you have. It is the solution is very simple. Are you creative and innovative to find out the happiness? So a person sitting, I always saw this particular type of scene. A student is not happy in AC coach, but a boy of the similar age is very happy outside of the platform, wearing the half knicker and the vest only, but very smiling and happy. The student inside the AC coach is not happy because he is not having the American chips. The student who is outside such a high temperature, the boy, unfortunately he may not be the student. You are lucky to be a student. And then he is also happy, smiling and playing with the friends. Now parents are jealous. That is, we are spending so much of money, power, but in spite of that my child is not smiling. And the boy whose parents are not bothering even, because God is taking care of him. So that's why he is smiling and he is happy. So dear friends, what is the happiness? Does it depend on money? When we see surroundings, we find no, people without money are also happy and smiling as compared to the people, those who are having the lot of money. Because the objective and goal is money. We are living in the knowledge economy. So in the knowledge economy, the Vidya and Saraswati, creativity, that becomes very, very important. But we are working for the Lakshmi. So once what happened, लक्ष्मी और सरस्वती दोनों नारद जी के पास पहुंचे और कहा, हम दोनों में से खूबसूरत कौन? नारद जी घबरा गए. जैसे फैकल्टी पूछती है ना क्वेश्चन एकदम सडनली क्लास में, आप घबरा जाते हैं, वैसे नारद जी भी घबरा जाते हैं कभी कभी. नारद जी ने दिमाग लगाया, बट ही इज हैविंग द हाई आईपी, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी नॉलेज. उन्होंने कहा ठीक है, यदि सुंदरता की ही जब हमें वो परीक्षा करनी है तो केट वॉक करना पड़ेगा. तो उन्होंने कहा लक्ष्मी और सरस्वती को, आप यहां से यू गो फ्रॉम दिस प्लेस टू दैट प्लेस एंड कम बैक, आप जाइए और वापिस आइए. दोनों वहां तक गई, वापिस आई. नारद जी ने कहा कि जब सरस्वती जी जा रही थी तब बहुत सुंदर लग रही थी, और लक्ष्मी जी जब आ रही थी तब बहुत सुंदर लग रही थी. कहने का मतलब यह है कि यदि खुश रहना है, गेन मोर एंड मोर नॉलेज, बी क्रिएटिव, बी इनोवेटिव. डोंट डिपेंड ऑन क्राइंग दैट आई डू नॉट हैव रिसोर्सेस. देयर आर मल्टीपल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स in this country, those who have created a big empire from nothing. And we know them, we understand, we learn. What is important is, don't beg happiness. Don't criticize outside. Always try to find out intrinsic motivation. So different people have given the different definitions of happiness. I would like to take example by Mahatma Gandhi. What is the happiness? Because we have to understand the difference between a pleasure and happiness. The positivity does not depend on the pleasure. It depends on happiness. आनंद क्षणिक है, खुशी हमेशा आपके साथ रहती है. Any student here whose name is Khushi? No Khushi here? Okay. Anyways, what is alignment? I am very much impressed by the example given by Professor. The student, she was into the village, she reached to the postdoc level. Really a very good moral example for all of us. It shows that what do you think, what you act, and what you achieve, if there is an alignment. It is not that somebody tells you, doctor ban ja, engineer ban ja, hamara मान बढ़ जाएगा. No, no. सवाल ये है, what you want to be in your life. And whatever you want, because otherwise you will be in the search of happiness. Like the big people, those who were after the money and materialistic value, and then they realize that it is the human values, interpersonal relationship, HR skills, they are more important when you get a human life. Another example is of Aristotle. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life. I think that as a student, you should be very much focused on the purpose of life. I am sure the faculties here must be doing this exercise in your subjects like the HRM and OB and the humanities subjects. That is, what is the purpose of your life? What you want to be? If you are clear, then definitely you can be the Mary Kom, right? You can be the leaders at the global level. But important is, are you clear with the purpose of life? That becomes very much important. So, three factors are very much important: freedom, knowledge, and religious orientation. Whenever we talk about the freedom, in employee engagement, when you want, that is, your faculty should be 100% involved in academics, it becomes very important, that is, how much freedom is provided. When you want your child is to be happy, it becomes very important, that is, how much freedom you are giving. Second is, what has been told long back when the Arjuna asked Sri Krishna, I want ultimate power, and Sri Krishna told, the ultimate power is not muscle, not money, not youth, but ultimate power is knowledge. Jnanameva Shakti. With the period of time, money may come, money may go. With the period of time, you will get the muscle powers, young age, beauty, it will come, it will go. With the period of time, you will get the power and position, and it has to go. But what will go with you only, that is the knowledge. So gain the happiness by gaining more and more knowledge. And third one is the religious. Religious means here not the religion. I would like to connect it with the spirituality. So whenever we talk about the happiness, we should be very much clear what is my religion. For example, what is the religion of the student? The religion of the student is to gain the knowledge. Just one religion. Get up early in the morning, doing hard work, learning, attending classes, developing expertise, developing focus, goal. Right? Like Arjuna, like Eklavya, like Chandragupta. And definitely in that case you will find that is you will be able to get the happiness, the purpose of life through this particular happiness, these parameters. Lot of research has been done. कई बार मम्मी कहती है कि मेरी प्रिया तो कभी खुशी नहीं होती, पापा पे गई है. Right? So basically, lot of research has been done and it has been identified. Does it depends on the genetics? Is it the heredity that even if you do lot of things to making your child happy, the child does not smile? And for some child, if you do something small and he laughs, he becomes happy, state of mind. So research says, yes, 50% it depends on Papa. Not only Papa, Papa and Mummy both. That is the genetics. 10% depends on the external circumstances, but dear friends, 40% depends on your actions and thoughts. So I tried to study the neuroscience, and in the neuroscience I found that is for happiness, dopamine secretion of dopamine is very necessary. So suppose a patient is there, day before yesterday we celebrated the mental health day, right? So therefore in that case it was about happiness only. Now when we talk about the actions and thoughts, what is required? For happiness, dopamine is required in the body. So in the genetics, you may get like the insulin, no? You know about the insulin. So therefore, like in the case, if you are having the less dopamine, you will have attitude not to be happy. कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है. क्यों नहीं लगता है? Dopamine कम है. इसलिए अच्छा नहीं लगता है. डॉक्टर कहता है इनको इनके फ्रेंड्स के साथ थोड़ी देर घूमने दो, सोशलाइजेशन करो, and then they will get this particular happiness. External environment. If you remain happy, you smile, wonderful. Is it your attitude, positive attitude towards life? Very nice. You like meeting people, you interact, very nice. But if you do not, don't get disappointment after today, because you get this particular slide which talks about that is by 40% you can compensate that whatever is not secretion in our body. Insulin ka injection available hai. So therefore in that case it becomes very important, that is you are going through these particular actions and thoughts 40%, and therefore you can compensate more and more happiness in your mind. I will also like to speak academically the 5 factors happiness at workplace. How to develop at workplace. We are going to be the executives in the organization. You are going to serve the society. It becomes very much important. How much effort do you make to make others happy? How much do you contribute at your workplace? Please understand, nowadays, the problem with the employer is employees are not contributing, they are not employee engagement, there is no employee commitment, and there is a negative attitude, dear friends. Because we are going to the materialistic value, today I am getting more, some here, I will get more another place, I will shift there, I will contribute more, again I will think for more, again more and more, ye dil mange more. So therefore in that case, the contribution and efforts, how much we make, and that should be the principle of equity. Second is, whatever the circumstances are there, what is your conviction? Our value system, Gurukul system, and that we talk about the teaching, conviction. Whatever we want to do, we do it. What is expected by our family especially first, then society, then this nation, then this globe, we are convicted. Conviction is there by doing this particular, irrespective of adverse circumstances. Third point, today morning we were discussing with the professors from Japan, and then it is the Japan culture is very important. Since last 10 years, I am member of the forum that is called the Future of Asia. And then I have tried to do the study in China. Last month University of Shanghai, China, and then Thailand, then Korea, then Japan, Keio University, Japan, and other places. And we try to see that is does the culture in Asia, what are the common and what is the differences there. I will take certain examples later on also. So therefore, that culture, what is our culture? India's culture is Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, and that becomes very much important. Already I mentioned about the commitment. Now, first students, I would like to mention, keep your confidence very high, self-confidence. I can. And when you believe, I can, you can. Please never think of the shortage of resources. Nothing is like this. So therefore, you must be reading a number of biographies. I would like to mention about the Dr. Kalam. And then you find that is from Rameshwaram to the missile man, not as a president, but as a missile man, you will find how one can generate the resources. That becomes very much important. This is a PERMA model given by the Martin Seligman, and then he talks about positive emotions, engagement, positive relationships, meaning and accomplishment, right? So we feel contented when all these 5 parameters that we are covering. It means that think positive, act positive. I will also talk about the optimism. This is about the PERMA model. These are the certain companies' examples, and you will find that is how the happy culture at the workplace has been created. You know the best employer and best country in happiness index. Okay. Because the time is short, so I will just like to cover certain concepts. Just want to ignite you to read about this, and that is the emotional baggage. Now you see, as I was talking about the neuroscience, you will find that is whenever the sodium and potassium, according to neuroscience, the emotions. Sodium and potassium's balancing the emotions that through the pituitary gland. And therefore, if you find that you are becoming too much emotional, check your food, the nutrition in food. And if, what is the emotional baggage? So emotional baggage is negative experiences. Who is not having the negative experiences in life? Everybody. It is not like that I have been always honored. Many times I have been insulted. Many times people did not have trust in me. Many times people have said, no, he does not know. Many times people have rejected. Now, but I should not carry those rejections in my mind. I should learn from that experience and go ahead. When you talk about the emotional baggage, baggage means like when you travel, they say keep your baggage away. So our negative emotions, we should keep away always. Sorry. Okay. The another point is very, very important in happiness, forgiveness. Time is short, but I will like to share. That is Draupadi. द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्रों का जो वध किया गया अश्वत्थामा द्वारा, लंबी स्टोरी है, पर अल्टीमेटली जब अर्जुन अश्वत्थामा को हरा करके द्रौपदी के पास लेके आए और कहा कि लो ये व्यक्ति है जिसने हमारे 5 पुत्रों का वध किया है, और जब द्रौपदी ने देखा कि यह तो मेरी गुरु माता का बेटा है, अश्वत्थामा द्रोणाचार्य का बेटा, तो गुरु माता का बेटा है, उसने कहा मैं नहीं चाहती कि जो दुख मुझे आज हो रहा है अपने पुत्रों को खोने का वो मेरी गुरु माता को हो, तो इस व्यक्ति को माफ किया जाए। एक माता जिसके 5 पुत्रों का वध हुआ है और वो क्षमा कर सकती है उस हत्यारे को, तो हमको भी ये लर्न करना चाहिए हमारे वैल्यू सिस्टम से, फॉरगिवनेस। वी शुड लर्न टू फॉरगिव अदर्स। नाउ देयर आर सो मेनी कंसेप्ट्स। फॉरगिवनेस ऑफ सेल्फ, खुद को भी कभी कभी माफ कर दिया करो, हमसे भी गलतियां हो जाती हैं, हो गई, फॉरगिव योरसेल्फ and forgive others. 2 factors are very important here, forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others. सब दुखों की जड़ एक ही है, अपेक्षा। अपेक्षा, अपेक्षा, अपेक्षा। So we are looking to others, that is fulfill my expectation, respect me, give me, give me, give me. That is one expectation. Dear friends, if you really want to be happy, you have to keep minimum expectations as much as possible. Now there are so many theories, and one first theory is Supatra. If you will have the wrong expectation, it is not the wrong expectation, expectation from a wrong person. When you will have the expectation from a wrong person, you will have the negative emotions, no positivity. Whose fault is this? My fault is this. I expected from a person, and then another story is there, जब चाणक्य नंदा के दरबार में पहुंचे और तब उन्होंने जो है बोला कि मैं आप चंद्रगुप्त को तैयार करके दिखाऊंगा, not by words but by actions. Revenge वर्ड से नहीं लेते हैं, करके दिखाते हैं, खुद को बड़ा करके, लाइन बड़ी खींचते हैं, छोटी लाइन को मिटाते नहीं है. So therefore in that case it becomes expectations. What do you expecting and from what you are expecting? If you are expecting from a person who does not deserve, negativity. But when you have the expectations from the right person, you will get it, right? And therefore be judgmental, and that is about the how to have the expectations from others. I will not go into this much, right? Fine. Yeah, this is actually I want to end. Before I end, I want to introduce another concept, and that is the optimism. आशा पे दुनिया टिकी है, hopes, optimism, optimistic. Please be optimistic. Today you may not, but tomorrow definitely. One day I will. And that confidence, self-confidence, I talk about the factors of the happiness, and one of the happiness is the confidence, self-confidence, and that is come through the optimism. आशाएं, आशाएं और आशाएं. And when you keep the high optimism, you will be very, very happy. Dear friends, academically I would like to conclude that happiness, it is positive effect and negative effect. Positive effect comes when optimism is there. Negative effect comes when you emotional baggage you carry with you. When you have inappropriate expectations from others, it becomes very, very sad. Please be judged to have the proper expectations. And don't carry negative emotional. No emotional baggage, and always be optimistic, right? At the end, I will say, हम सभी को शिव की शक्ति, मीरा की भक्ति, गणेश की सिद्धि, चाणक्य की बुद्धि, शारदा का ज्ञान, कर्ण का दान, राम की मर्यादा और कुबेर की संपदा प्राप्त हो. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर पेशेंस लिसनिंग.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing the deep knowledge with us, explaining the importance of happiness, innovation, creativity in life. We are deeply enlightened by the session and hope to hear you soon again.